Hi, this is Ian Wright, and I'm continuing here this kind of occasional series, which I've entitled Self-Care as we get older. And this one here is going to be about sleep, and helping with sleep, and it's going to end up with a little kind of meditation that will hopefully help you to sleep if you have difficulty sleeping. So I'm going to keep this kind of gentle, so if you're listening to this before you go to bed, it hopefully will be somewhat calming. So the average sleep that we all need and get as adults is sort of 6.5, 7 hours sleep. Now, as we get older, it doesn't feel like we're getting as much sleep. Actually, whereas actually we normally are. The reason being is there is this transition between sleep and waking, and as you get older it becomes more abrupt. So it feels like you're a lighter sleeper. There's also true that we do spend less time as we get older in shortwave sleep, which is deep sleep. We tend to spend more time in bed to get the same hour's sleep because there's more frequent wakings up, and that can be a natural waking up, but there also could be real reasons, like we have to release our bladder more frequently as we get older. That's a natural, normal thing. Often we have aches and pains, sore hips or whatever, which can wake us up and cause problems. Slightly more tendency to sleep apnea, difficulties with breathing, where you stop breathing and you have to kind of wake up your breath because of the function of the sinuses, and slight weakness in some of the muscles in the larynx as we get older. And another kind of important area which gives us trouble around sleep is an increased tendency to feeling anxious and feelings of anxiety as we get older. And I'm going to talk about that much more next time when we're going to talk about emotional well-being as we age, which is, I think, a really important subject. But the interesting thing is usually we have, and even if the sleep is normal, because of these transitions, there is this feeling of being deprived, like we're not getting enough sleep. So, okay, what can we do about this? What can we do? The first thing we can do is, okay, even though we are still getting 6.5, 7 hours sleep, and we may be spending 9 hours in bed, okay? Some people don't. Some people actually just sleep less. But as you get older, you tend to need less sleep anyways, to some degree. But we need to kind of almost let go of this feeling of feeling deprived of sleep, because actually we are mostly, unless there's a proper insomnia, which is common as well for all of the reasons I mentioned before. But there are certain things and tricks we can do to help us with our sleep. The first thing is we shouldn't really be having anything stimulating to our nervous systems after lunch, like, for example, coffees. Tea can have caffeine in it as well. Alcohol does seem to be sedative, but actually it is actually stimulating. So often you can fall asleep immediately if you've had alcohol, but you tend to wake up a little later. Try not to take too many naps in the day. If your sleep rhythm comes out, it's hard to get back in place. The other thing is to try and go to bed the same time and wake up the same time every day. So your body clock, actually your brain, loves rhythm. It loves routines and rhythm. It's very time oriented, certain parts of the brain, and like the pineal gland, and it has this diurnal rhythm, this process of rhythm. And if you stay in rhythm, it's like with children, more there is rhythm, the more comfortable it is and the more calm and happy it is. So in the evenings, it's nice to, actually in the afternoons, it's nice to do a little exercise in the afternoon, like a walk is quite good in the afternoon, but nothing too stimulating in terms of exercise in the evening. So in the evening, we should cut things that are stimulating, like phones, TV, at least an hour before we're hoping to go to bed. Ideally we're wanting to go to bed as much before midnight as we can manage. But sort of between 10:30 and midnight is probably ideal in terms of the quality of sleep. No stimulants, maybe a warm milky drink that can have some quite nice ascorbic acid and other elements which can be amino acids, which can be quite helpful in terms of sleep. Something warm, but nothing kind of stimulating. Low lights is very good. Nice to have kind of candles or soft lighting, so our nervous systems have a chance to quieten, relax, and soften up, and we're in this kind of rhythm. Gentle conversation is actually very helpful. Getting stuff off your chest is important for a night's sleep if something's bothering you, but we'll talk about that more next time. It's nice to take magnesium powder if you have any difficulty sleeping, like magnesium carbonate with ascorbic acid. You can get these in a powder form, and taking 1 teaspoon in warm water tends to be helpful. In bed, make sure the covers, some people interestingly like very strong heavy covers like a blankets, and that can make people feel cocooned and strong, and so they're completely supported. And it's very interesting with some children with sensory issues, actually they need to be very cocooned. Other people need much more space and cut the opposite to feeling cocooned. It depends on our personality and what our physiology likes. So you either cocoon yourself or you give yourself some space. Normally the room should be slightly cooler, the bedroom should be slightly cooler than the rest of the house. There shouldn't be any electrics around the bed. The phone shouldn't be plugged in. Clock radios can let off electromagnetic frequencies, which can be irritating on the nervous system. The nervous system works through it's an electrical system, and so anything that can electrically stimulate it, like electromagnetic waves, isn't ideal for letting it calm down. So the brain has to go to a place where it comes to a quiet neutral, and that transition between conscious to unconsciousness is around trust, and it's around allowing our nervous systems just to let go for a second. And sometimes it's hard to do that if we are in any kind of emotional distress or our nervous systems are wired. But let's do a little meditation, which can be helpful if we're having difficulty sleeping. The important thing actually is do not try to go to sleep. As soon as you try, you're engaging your consciousness, and it makes it directly harder to sleep. It's that conundrum that we all have if we really want to go to sleep. Second thing is, if you're lying in bed for more than 20 minutes, get up, do something, read something until you get sleepy and go back. If you lie in bed trying to sleep for over 20 minutes, it doesn't work. Okay, that's the first thing. It's harder as you get older. The initial getting to sleep can be harder as well. It's not like, boom, like a child straight out. Some people are, but it's less common. So what I want you to do is to just lie quietly and comfortably. Feel your body on the bed. Allow yourself to feel your feet and let your legs and your hips and your back and your neck and your head, and feel the support of the bed, so you get a sensory feeling of being supported by the bed. The bed's holding you and you're safe. Now, I just want you to tune into something that feels soft and delicate and quiet in your breathing. So you're softening your attention. You're actually softening your awareness to this softness in your breathing. Let your breathing relax. Allow your out-breath to be slightly longer than your in-breath. You can breathe out through your mouth and breathe in through your nose. So you can have that slightly longer out-breath, which acts to calm the nervous system. It's a natural calmer of the nervous system. And with every breath you take, allow your body to relax. So every out breath, you relax and soften your body more and more. And when you take in the in-breath, it's quiet and it's delicate. And with every out-breath, you're relaxing more and more. And any thoughts, feelings, or emotions that come up, just let them be. That's fine. Don't engage with them, just watch them. That's fine, that's doing that. And don't judge them or engage with them. Just bring your attention back after allowing them to be there to this soft quietness in your breath and the letting go, the releasing in the out breath. And as these thoughts and feelings just start to soften and breathe and relax as they do and as you do, and as your breathing softens and quietens, and you can feel a little bit of warmth in your chest, which is nice relaxing warmth feeling as you feel that softness in your breathing. And you know you're feeling held by the bed, and you're safe, and all is well. I wish you well.